All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. Welcome to Game and Compute. Here we talk a lot about side hustles, and I haven't talked about a side hustle in a very lengthy amount of time. I've been trying to find a solid one, honestly, a solid, good side hustle to talk about. I think I came upon one, guys. So there's this app, and it's called STEPN. If you haven't heard of it yet, check it out. It's spelled STEPN, the letter N. So basically, it's similar to apps that we've seen before in that it uses GPS and it tracks you outside with your movement, specifically walking, running, or jogging. And it tracks you. But I've never seen anything like this. I mean, it's almost like a cross between like Strava and Axie Infinity. I don't know how else to describe it. It's not exactly the same, but I don't know too many other things to compare it to. Like you get points for walking, running, or jogging, and those it transfers into Solana, which is a cryptocurrency that's used in that game, in that app. So I'm gonna rewind, talk a little bit about it. I'm gonna be updating you guys as we go. I have not yet used the physical app. I'm in the stage of still researching and purchasing my first set of shoes or sneaker NFT in the game. And once I have that will determine how much funds I can potentially get while I'm walking, running, or jogging every day. So, back up. STEPN. You can make an account connected to your email account. You download the STEPN app. I'm on Apple, iPhone. I don't know Windows and other Android. I don't know anything about those types of marketplaces with this type of app. Unfortunately, I don't know anything. I haven't looked into it yet, but do the research first. Look into it all for your own type of phone. For iPhone, I just went to the App Store. The app is free itself. The app itself is free, but there are payments of things that you pay for in the game. So you download the app for free. You register your email address. You make a password. You verify your email address. To log in, you put your username, and it gives you a verification code each time, which you cannot copy and paste. So you have to go back to your email, look at the code, and it sends it right away. At least for me, it sent it right away, because I've used other apps where, you wait, like, you have to refresh a couple times, and you're like, dude, where is it? So far for me, every time I've logged in the past couple days, it's been available right away. So I went, it gives you like just a few seconds. It's pretty quick to verify your email address. So it gives you like 60 to 90 seconds, I believe, and it's counting down. So there's a little bit of pressure, but it's like, I don't know, like a 6-digit code or so, like an 8-digit code. It's not that long, but you can't copy paste. It doesn't automatically recognize it. Like some things when you log in, like it'll say it texted you this code, and then it'll just show up in like a banner, and you can just press the banner and it just uses it that way. I haven't been able to access it that way or to copy paste. I had to go exactly all the way over to my email, and then it's not like it's that far, but it's like it's just something to keep in mind. And then, you get into the app. So until you get an activation code, that's about as far as you can get first step. You can look around and on that and like read stuff on there, but you cannot have any access to anything. You can't even shop for the shoes, sneaker, NFTs, nothing. You only have that far of the page, the login page, and then like information you can read. Otherwise, you cannot get into the app without an activation code. It took me about a day to get an activation code. I was first on Discord, and they refresh it. You could go to STEPN on Discord, and you can also get on the wait list. There's a button under where it says, it gives you the option straight from the app to go on the Discord and try to get an activation code. You need it to be able to start, but you only need one activation code. Once you get it, then you're fully legit in the game. But you still can't do anything or make any money or anything at all until you've uploaded your crypto and until you've had the crypto available to purchase a sneaker/shoe, which is an NFT. So you first have to get this activation code. So some people say you can get it off Facebook. Some people say you can get it off Twitter. I've heard multiple people say that they got it off Discord. Discord, every 12 minutes, at least according to what it shows on mine, every 12 minutes it refreshes, and then you have to be the first one to use that one code. It's a single code. Only one person can use it. I waited, I don't know how many times I tried, and I wasn't the first one to ever get it, so I was never able to use the code. I was never able to use an activation code. It would say code in use, code in use, code in use. And it's like, okay, so I wasn't getting a code. I also tried another thing that did not work was trying to use a code generator, a STEPN activation code generator. There are multiple YouTube videos that have links where you can supposedly get this zip file that you extract, and you run this program that's a generator that's supposed to generate one code for you to be able to use as the actual activation code. I wasn't even able to get into the software. It kept saying error. I tried like 2 or 3 different ones, and I was like, that didn't work either. It kept showing up as like malware and Trojan and like all these like messages that were like beware kind of thing. So I was like, I was like, I'm willing to kind of try it because I'm decent enough with computers that I'm like, if I get a virus, I can recover my computer from this. I don't know. I have that confidence in myself, even though I don't know if that's not really what I want to spend my weekend doing. But I mean, I was like, well, it's free, so let me just try it. And then I kept searching and searching. People were saying on Twitter they might release 1 code a day, or on Facebook maybe 1 code a day or every few hours. It seems like Discord releases the most codes if it's every 12 minutes, but still there's so much competition. They're saying they release 1,000 codes a day. I think somebody said that 5,000 codes total are released, about 5,000 every day are released in total, and there are more than that amount of people trying to get into starting this game. And it's early phases still, so it's not like you can just get in, log in, start playing, unfortunately. So that's something to note. It can be a little bit tedious. I tried a method that was more risky, that did work for me. Now, I cannot recommend this for everybody or anybody at all, because there are so many people scamming out there that will take your money and there's no way you can get it back, for like codes, like virtually sent codes that you can purchase. I just basically went on eBay, read reviews for certain people. So I looked for someone who had sold multiple codes, and I got one for it was under $10. I want to say it was under $9. It was under $10. It said it was gonna get to me in 3 days. But I got it same day by email, and it worked. I just typed in that activation code that they sent me and it worked. So when I start using the actual app, I will be able to get my own activation codes as I'm playing the game. And I do intend to give these to people who are trying to play the game. So once I know when I'm going to get them, I'll be able to share them with others. But mind you, it's not like I'm going to get like 100 codes, I'll just have like a little bit every so often to be able to give out, like maybe one at a time. But I will have an option because I am in the game. So that's another way you can get it if you know somebody else playing the game. There are some YouTubers that have Patreons and that are, giving them to the patrons. But like I said, like they have to play the game to generate new activation codes that they can give out. It's not like once you're in the game, you get like a whole bunch of codes that you can give away. Like as you play, you get activation codes. So I don't even have any available yet, but I plan to have available ones, and I will be able to explain how I can give them to people because I don't really mind. Like, what am I going to do with them? I can't make multiple accounts. So, yeah. Because I only have one cell phone. So, well, I guess I have two, but one's a work phone, and I'm not going to use that phone for this. So once you have the activation code, the next step is to purchase a sneaker. Now, this is the step that I'm on. To be able to get a sneaker, you have to have Solana in your wallet in the app. So I don't even have Solana in my wallet because I haven't transferred any Solana into my wallet. So that's a step I need to take. But I'm also shopping for these sneakers. So the app has sneakers. And what the sneakers are technically they're NFTs. So these NFTs have these different varying categories about them. They have gems, they have luck, they have efficiency, they have resilience, all kinds of different qualities to them, that some of them make you earn more money while you're walking, running, or jogging. Some of them you'll earn less money while you're walking, running, or jogging, depending on how good the actual sneaker is. So you're going to have to study up on what makes a sneaker ideal and also see how much you actually want to spend. Now, I looked previously, and a lot of people were spending $1,000 to $1,200 on a lot of the initial ones that I saw. That much worth of US dollars when you convert the Solana. And I think that was a lot of money. And so that discouraged me at first because I was like, I'm never, I don't want to pay. It's not like I can't afford it. It's just spending $1,200 on an NFT sneaker. When we saw what happened to Axie Infinity, it's like Axies are now like $20, some of them. So it's kind of, we're kind of in a golden period now. So because it's early on, so I'm planning to start early on as soon as tomorrow, maybe the next day. And, I haven't begun yet, but it's a journey, guys. It's a bit of a journey, but this is a new project for me. I spent a lot of this weekend studying all this stuff because I hadn't even heard of it before. And usually when I hear stuff, I'm like, this is another freaking scam, you know? But, you know, there's a YouTuber that I follow that I've mentioned often, Biaheza, and I've used his drop shipping course. I've used a lot of his even free drop shipping information, and I found that a lot of the stuff he talks about, he gives pros and cons, and I found his content to be legit. So when I found out that he was actually making some funds on there, I was like, well, I do trust this more. Just the only barrier was I don't really want to spend $1,200, you know? And then I kept, looking and studying about, these sneakers, which I haven't purchased any yet. And this is at the moment. So at the moment, Solana, for one, is approximately $47-ish US dollars. And so once I go to purchase a shoe, I think the cheapest one before any fees is approximately 7.1 Solana. This is at the moment, and this isn't counting any kind of like strategizing or quality or any kind of like variables of like what type of features the sneaker has or anything, right? And I probably should have mentioned they have walking sneakers, jogging sneakers, and running sneakers. And these are all NFTs. They're not physical sneakers. You don't get like a shipment in the mail of a physical shoe. You're buying these sneakers and your app is connected to GPS. And when you're walking, running, or jogging, the sneaker, based on the quality and the type that you have, if you are staying within the amount that you need to stay in, people say for approximately 10 minutes, then you get the money, and it regenerates about every 24 hours where you can use it. And so this app has a lot going on, guys. It's like it's not even fully finished yet. There is going to be an option to lease or rent sneakers from people. That option isn't even available yet. I think there's some options with some of the features that, it doesn't even make a difference yet. It doesn't even do anything. And so I'm hoping that those features will come up in the near future. I read somewhere September 2022 is estimated of when people are going to be able to rent or lease the sneakers, but I do not know 100%, guys. I mean, a lot of this stuff, how the economy is, how everything's going lately. Like, really, it's going to be hard to predict. I'm kind of I'll believe it when I see it kind of person, just like I am about this, using this app as a side hustle. I'll believe it when I see it if I start making money, and I'll definitely post about it. But at the moment, I don't have any funds to report. Now, I've seen people, a lot of people put clickbait titles. I've seen people say they make $50, $40, $30, and these are with really good sneakers. A lot of people, when they're running, I believe the running sneakers make the most amount of money per day. And it's not like you're running like 50 miles or something. Like, you can't, like, once you get to the end of your energy for that day, and if you've stayed within the amount of range that you need for however many kilometers per hour, I believe, people are estimating it's about 10 minutes for about a mile and a half. Don't quote me on all this, but this is just what I'm hearing people say. About 10 minutes for an hour and a half, and you're getting $40 or so. It seems like about $40 on average per day for runners. And, that's not bad, honestly, especially if you run already. People were saying, if you don't run fast, then it might be kind of hard to actually keep in the range that you need to. A lot of people are recommending the joggers because you can walk, run, or jog in the joggers, especially if you walk fast. A lot of people don't recommend the walking shoe only, but people say at least it is a cheaper rate. And then the trainers tend to be they fluctuate. You can walk, run, or jog in the trainers, but I don't really know exactly how that works. I thought I heard somebody say that that fluctuates. It tells you, like, it changes, and you're supposed to do, as fast or slow as it says, but I don't know if that's true. I mean, I haven't tried it, so I don't really know. So let's talk about the pricing. So pricing, the cheapest ones I saw were about 7.1 Solana. So that's between $400 and $500 US dollars for the cheapest of the shoes. And there are ways to look at the quality with different variables that you're looking in the statistics to see like what level the shoe actually is at. There's a feature for technically breeding. So if you have two different types of NFT sneakers, you can breed them and make a third sneaker. And so you want to look at the original sneakers because sometimes these sneakers have been upgraded as well. And I heard that the amount of money you get is going to be more so based on the original abilities of the sneaker versus the upgraded. And it costs to upgrade. When you get a level change, it costs. When you the resilience, like you have to replenish the sneaker as you wear it out, as you're using it. And so that cuts into your costs as well. It doesn't seem like it's a huge amount of money that you're spending out of the money that you make, but it's like you're not just only profiting. You do have to reinvest some of it in the game to be able to use the same sneakers over and over and over, or to be able to purchase multiple sneakers. Some people have like 3 sneakers and they use just the one, and then they're using the other 2 to have more life energy generated per day, so they can go past that 10 minutes. Maybe they get like 30 minutes worth, or I don't know how much time, but like they might get more time worth that you can walk, run, or jog and then get more money from it. But you do max out at a certain point. It's not like you can just get the NFT sneaker for walking and then go walk like 50 miles. Like it has like, it basically tracks you and sees how much you're doing. And once you meet that amount, you can't just keep going past it to get more money. Like you just max out, and then you have to wait for that energy bar to regenerate. And people say that takes about 24 hours. So that's about as much as I know now. I need to get my Solana into the wallet. I need to be able to get the NFT sneaker. I'm still researching them. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money, but also I don't want to miss out, because when you think about it, if you do have better sneakers, you are getting more money per day when you're using the app. And so if you're thinking about, if you're using this every day, even if you say, let's keep a number easy and very low, even if you got $20 a day, there can be a difference between getting $20 a day versus $40 a day, based on the higher quality of the sneaker. You're going to get more money. And so, if I'm trying to get $20 versus if I'm trying to get $40, that's going to add up a lot more over time. And eventually you're going to be able to, even out, your return, get a return on your investment. And this is something that people are saying you use every day. Now, what happens when you don't use it every day? That's something I want to know. I also want to know what's going to happen once everybody's allowed to start using this app. what's going to happen to the quality of things. It's definitely subject to change. This podcast recording might be obsolete in not too long, but also people are very optimistic to some extent too, because the game has some upcoming changes coming up, like the renting, leasing features and some other things that are coming up where people are very excited about this. So it seems easy enough, but if you don't have, I'd say about $500, let's say $10 if you do pay for an activation code, and probably about $500 for a sneaker. That's like if it stays with the $47 for one Solana. Because right now the market is pretty bad for crypto, for every type of stock or crypto. So that actually is maybe working in the favor of people. Because, yeah, it was a lot. People have paid a lot too, but they do have really expensive ones too that are 10, 11 Solana. And so, yeah, I'm excited about it because it's fun seeming. I mean, but yeah, it's not like the cheapest of games, and you can't rent yet. There might be a way where you can rent this from somebody who already has it. I just don't know, because you would have to have had their activation code. And again, like I said, you can only use the activation codes one time. So I don't really know. I don't really know, honestly. Unless somebody has like a physical phone, I guess, that has it loaded, and then you do the walking, running, or jogging, and then they cash out and give you the funds within a certain amount of time or something. That's the only way I could see it working to do renting or leasing, or just borrowing somebody else's stuff. I don't know any other way it would work, because to use the app itself, you have to have logged in with your unique activation code. But once you've logged in with that code once, then you don't need to use it ever again, to my knowledge. But yeah, guys, I'm going to keep on this project. I'll keep you updated. I'm excited about it. It seems like it's getting good reviews. It seems like people are getting funds from this. I'm going to be excited to report back once I've actually made my first amount of funds. But I'm also trying to develop a strategy too, based on the sneaker I'm going to purchase and the, amount of funds that I plan to get. Because you do have to be kind of smart about it. You can't just like max out all your Solana buying like the most expensive thing that you can find, and then once your shoe needs repairs, or once you need to be like purchasing other types of stuff, as you improve and progress in the game, you need to have Solana available. Even though you're generating it, you still have to use some of it back into the game. You can't just have no money in there and have it all be like cashed out every single time. You're going to need some money, or else you're going to have to dip back in somewhere else. And with the market changing as it is, just because Solana is $47 today doesn't mean that it's going to be the same amount. It might change later, less or more. And so that might also affect, how much you're spending. It's not like a lot, but people are, putting back in like a couple dollars worth here and there. So it's like you're still making and then spending. It's kind of like almost when you go to work, and then if you don't work from home, you're paying for transportation a lot of times. Like you either paid for a bike, or you're paying in time, as in like walking to work or to and from, or taking the bus or driving a car. Like you're still using money in some way just to make money, right? And then your car needs repairs, or you need to get new shoes to walk, or new tires for your bike, or something like that. It's kind of almost equivalent to that. Like when you go to work, you're not just making all your money 100% in your pocket. Like you still have to be able to get to and from work and home, to be able to have and keep your job. So that's kind of the equivalent, I would say. Or even if you work from home, you still have to have internet and pay for the internet. Or, you still have to have food for lunch and be able to, like, eat food during the middle of the day, or, like, whatever it may be, right? You still have to have something. You can't just be, like, completely broke and maxed out all the 100% of the time and just be worn to the bone and then going to work, right? You still have to have some reserve. So that's kind of how I would say that is like equivalent to that. But I'm gonna keep you guys posted about this journey, and I'm excited about it, and thanks for listening.